The Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, welcomes all invited guests to their launch ceremony. Located at 8 Recadum Avenue, Kingston, Jamaica, the HSRA was established on August 10th of 2015 following the enactment of the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act 2015, NSRP, and its associated regulations in September 2019. From this act, the authority has been primarily mandated with ensuring the safe use of ionizing radiation sources and nuclear technology, as well as ensuring such items are not only regulated but accounted for at all times. With a staff complement of 10, the organization commenced operations in September of 2017 and comprises of 3 departments: the Office of the Director General, the Radiation Safety Department, and the Research and Quality Assurance Department. Our vision: an internationally recognized competent authority regulating nuclear technology and radiation sources. Our mission: to regulate the use of radioactive materials for protection of people, property, and the environment by ensuring a high level of safety and security while facilitating the beneficial and peaceful use of nuclear technology in accordance with national and international standards. We strive to uphold our core values: safety and security. We're committed to the safety and security of people, property, and the environment. Excellence. We demonstrate professionalism and dedication in our individual and collective actions, producing high-quality service in a continuously improving environment. Service. We deliver high-quality service in a proactive, responsive, and accountable manner. Integrity. We show respect, build strong, trusting relationships, and act with honesty, transparency, and fairness in all our decisions and actions. Competence. We combine knowledge, skill, and professional judgment in the service of our clients. Teamwork. We work together to build and maintain open and cohesive working relationships through collaboration and constructive feedback. The Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, is an agency of the Ministry of Industry, Investments and Commerce. Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, welcomes all invited guests to their launch ceremony. Located at 8 Recadum Avenue, Kingston, Jamaica, the HSRA was established on August 10th of 2015 following the enactment of the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act 2015, NSRP, and its associated regulations in September 2019. From this act, the authority has been primarily mandated with ensuring the safe use of ionizing radiation sources and nuclear technology, as well as ensuring such items are not only regulated but accounted for at all times. With a staff complement of 10, the organization commenced operations in September of 2017 and comprises of 3 departments: the Office of the Director General, the Radiation Safety Department, and the Research and Quality Assurance Department. Our vision: an internationally recognized competent authority regulating nuclear technology and radiation sources. Our mission: to regulate the use of radioactive materials for protection of people, property, and the environment by ensuring a high level of safety and security while facilitating the beneficial and peaceful use of nuclear technology in accordance with national and international standards. We strive to uphold our core values: safety and security. We're committed to the safety and security of people, property, and the environment. Excellence. We demonstrate professionalism and dedication in our individual and collective actions, producing high-quality service in a continuously improving environment. Service. We deliver high-quality service in a proactive, responsive, and accountable manner. Integrity. We show respect, build strong, trusting relationships, and act with honesty, transparency, and fairness in all our decisions and actions. Competence. We combine knowledge, skill, and professional judgment in the service of our clients. Teamwork. We work together to build and maintain open and cohesive working relationships through collaboration and constructive feedback. The Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, is an agency of the Ministry of Industry, Investments and Commerce. The Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, welcomes all invited guests to their launch ceremony. Located at 8 Recadum Avenue, Kingston, Jamaica, the HSRA was established on August 10th of 2015 following the enactment of the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act 2015, NSRP, and its associated regulations in September 2019. From this act, the authority has been primarily mandated with ensuring the safe use of ionizing radiation sources and nuclear technology, as well as ensuring such items are not only regulated but accounted for at all times. With a staff complement of 10, the organization commenced operations in September of 2017 and comprises of 3 departments: the Office of the Director General, the Radiation Safety Department, and the Research and Quality Assurance Department. Our vision: an internationally recognized competent authority regulating nuclear technology and radiation sources. Our mission: to regulate the use of radioactive materials for protection of people, property, and the environment by ensuring a high level of safety and security while facilitating the beneficial and peaceful use of nuclear technology in accordance with national and international standards. We strive to uphold our core values: safety and security. We're committed to the safety and security of people, property, and the environment. Excellence. We demonstrate professionalism and dedication in our individual and collective actions, producing high-quality service in a continuously improving environment. Service. We deliver high-quality service in a proactive, responsive, and accountable manner. Integrity. We show respect, build strong, trusting relationships, and act with honesty, transparency, and fairness in all our decisions and actions. Competence. We combine knowledge, skill, and professional judgment in the service of our clients. Teamwork. We work together to build and maintain open and cohesive working relationships through collaboration and constructive feedback. The Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, is an agency of the Ministry of Industry, Investments and Commerce. Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, welcomes all invited guests to their launch ceremony. Located at 8 Recadum Avenue, Kingston, Jamaica, the HSRA was established on August 10th of 2015 following the enactment of the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act 2015, NSRP, and its associated regulations in September 2019. From this act, the authority has been primarily mandated with ensuring the safe use of ionizing radiation sources and nuclear technology, as well as ensuring such items are not only regulated but accounted for at all times. With a staff complement of 10, the organization commenced operations in September of 2017 and comprises of 3 departments: the Office of the Director General, the Radiation Safety Department, and the Research and Quality Assurance Department. Our vision: an internationally recognized competent authority regulating nuclear technology and radiation sources. Our mission: to regulate the use of radioactive materials for protection of people, property, and the environment by ensuring a high level of safety and security while facilitating the beneficial and peaceful use of nuclear technology in accordance with national and international standards. We strive to uphold our core values: safety and security. We're committed to the safety and security of people, property, and the environment. Excellence. We demonstrate professionalism and dedication in our individual and collective actions, producing high-quality service in a continuously improving environment. Service. We deliver high-quality service in a proactive, responsive, and accountable manner. Integrity. We show respect, build strong, trusting relationships, and act with honesty, transparency, and fairness in all our decisions and actions. Competence. We combine knowledge, skill, and professional judgment in the service of our clients. Teamwork. We work together to build and maintain open and cohesive working relationships through collaboration and constructive feedback. The Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, is an agency of the Ministry of Industry, Investments and Commerce. Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, welcomes all invited guests to their launch ceremony. Located at 8 Recadum Avenue, Kingston, Jamaica, the HSRA was established on August 10th of 2015 following the enactment of the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act 2015, NSRP, and its associated regulations in September 2019. From this act, the authority has been primarily mandated with ensuring the safe use of ionizing radiation sources and nuclear technology, as well as ensuring such items are not only regulated but accounted for at all times. With a staff complement of 10, the organization commenced operations in September of 2017 and comprises of 3 departments: the Office of the Director General, the Radiation Safety Department, and the Research and Quality Assurance Department. Our vision: an internationally recognized competent authority regulating nuclear technology and radiation sources. Our mission: to regulate the use of radioactive materials for protection of people, property, and the environment by ensuring a high level of safety and security while facilitating the beneficial and peaceful use of nuclear technology in accordance with national and international standards. We strive to uphold our core values: safety and security. We're committed to the safety and security of people, property, and the environment. Excellence. We demonstrate professionalism and dedication in our individual and collective actions, producing high-quality service in a continuously improving environment. Service. We deliver high-quality service in a proactive, responsive, and accountable manner. Integrity. We show respect, build strong, trusting relationships, and act with honesty, transparency, and fairness in all our decisions and actions. Competence. We combine knowledge, skill, and professional judgment in the service of our clients. Teamwork. We work together to build and maintain open and cohesive working relationships through collaboration and constructive feedback. The Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, is an agency of the Ministry of Industry, Investments and Commerce.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure this morning, on behalf of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, to welcome you to this important event, the official launch of the Hazardous Substance Regulatory Authority, the HSRA. As I welcome you, it is my honor to introduce to you our local participants in this ceremony. Please join me in recognizing and welcoming the Honorable Audley Shaw, Minister of Industry, Commerce, Investment. Please make him welcome. The Honorable Dr. Norman Dunn, Minister of State in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General and Chairman, Planning Institute of Jamaica, and our local IAEA liaison. Professor Aishenkumba Kawa, Chairman of the HRSA. Ms. Maxine Russell, Director General of the HSRA. Dr. Beverly Wright, HSRA Board Member. Ms. Tracy Ann Warner, Acting Senior Director of the HSRA, and Ms. Colleen Natty, Technical Officer at the HSRA. My name is Dermond Spence, and I will take you through today's program. Let me also recognize and welcome our international guests who have joined us virtually. The Honorable Dr. Rafael Mariano Grassi, Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency. Ms. Romina Velshi, President of Canada Nuclear Safety Commission. The Honorable Ms. Christine L. Sivinicki, Chairman, Nuclear Regulatory Commission from the United States of America, and Mr. Roger Coates, President, International Radiation Protection Association. Members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen all, I now welcome you to this official launch and take the opportunity at this time to invite Ms. Tracy Ann Warner, our Acting Senior Director of the HSRA, to lead us in prayer.
Shall we pray? Gracious God, as we gather in the harbor of your safety, we thank you for fellowship and family. We ask, Lord, on this momentous occasion, that you will strengthen, restore, and inspire us with your love. We pray, Lord, that your will shall be done in this event. Take what we have prepared and multiply our efforts as only you can. Lord, would you fill us with your peace, and as we journey onwards, steer our intentions to align with your righteous will. Remind us of your faithful provision when our hearts fail us. Father, keep us physically safe and guard our hearts and mind. We ask that our souls would catch the wind of your Spirit so that we shall be able to accomplish all that we have set out to do. Bless this gathering, Lord, and all those present, as well as the lives of those who we will encounter afterwards. Ready us to make every moment count. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you very much, Ms. Warner. And at this time, I want to point out that the Hazardous Substance Regulatory Authority is an agency of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture. Well, we should forget all of that part. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. And this was established by the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act of 2015 and given effect by the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection regulations of 2019. The mandate of the HSRA, therefore, is to regulate activities, practices, apparatuses, and facilities that are involved in the use of ionizing radiation and nuclear technology for the protection of people and property and the environment, of course, from the very harmful effects of ionizing radiation and for connected matters. And it was established in December 2016, became operational in September 2017. So for what it's worth, it's a relatively new agency that plays a very important role in ensuring the safety and security of our people, property, and environment. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, to elaborate more on what I've just given you, I now invite Professor Kawa, Chairman of the Hazardous Substance Regulatory Authority, to bring you welcome.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I would like to welcome everyone that is here present and all those who are joining us online, and say good morning if you are in the Americas and the Caribbean, good afternoon if you are in Europe and Africa, and good night if you are in Asia. So I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all present and those participating online. But ladies and gentlemen, allow me to specifically welcome the following special guests. First, our chairman and friend of the HSRA, Mr. Damon Spence, who is the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Our honorable minister, Mr. Audley Shaw, and congratulations on your big win at the recent elections and reappointment as minister. We are happy to have you back. Your Excellency, Mr. Rafael Mariano Grossi, Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, who is joining us online. And congratulations also on your recent appointment as the Director General, and we wish you, you have our best wishes, and we thank the International Atomic Energy Agency very much for the support that it has provided to Jamaica and the HSRA. Then we have the Honorable Dr. Norman Dunn, also State Minister in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Again, thank you for coming, and also congratulations on your big win at the recent polls and your reappointment as State Minister. We have Wayne Henry, Dr. Wayne Henry, a good friend from who is the Director General and Chairman of the Board of Management at the Planning Institute of Jamaica, and which is also the local liaison office for International Atomic Energy Agency. And we want you to convey our many thanks to Lorna Simpson for the great work she has been doing to help Jamaica entrench atomic energy in its development agenda. Online, we have Ms. Rumina Vershi, who is President of the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission. Many thanks to the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission for assisting us with HSRA, with training, and facilitating the acquisition and upgrade of a slow-poke nuclear reactor at ISENS, a good friend of HSRA. We have also the Honorable Ms. Christine L. Svinicki, who is the Chairman in the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission, joining us online. Again, many thanks for working with the Department of Energy and Department of Transportation to fund the upgrade of the ISENS slowpoke nuclear reactor and helping Jamaica ports with the nuclear safeguards. We have Dr. Roger Clark, the President of the International Radiation Protection Association, IRPA, who is also joining us online. And we are sending you, Roger, we are sending you notice that HSRA will be joining IRPA soon. Please keep a little room, for us. We have Mr. Reggie Buden, who was the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, and oversaw the initial operational steps of the HSRA, and he continues to help us with the ISO certification. Thanks. Dr. Donovan Stanbury was a former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture and also in the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, and he oversaw the initial operations also of the HSRA. Thank you so very much. We have got a whole lot of clients who are online, and we are very glad that Ms. Kashe Bowen will join us, is joining us online, and he will be representing all those clients, of ours. And she comes from Windalco, which has the distinction of being the first authorized user of radiation by the HSRA in Jamaica. Let me also acknowledge the presence of our Director General and also staff of the HSRA and present and former board members of the HSRA. I was expecting to see Dr. Miller, who did work on the Act initially, and for quite some time he was the one-man atomic energy regulator before HSRA came into being. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here and in other continents of the world to celebrate the launch of the HSRA. We have about over 65 persons online, and more are coming. We are grateful for the support. Ladies and gentlemen, the HSRA is a huge asset to Jamaica that is worth celebrating. It was established in 2016 and became functional as of September 2017, following passage of the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act 2015, and later the HSRA regulations of 2019. The HSRA was charged with regulating the use of atomic energy at a time when Jamaica was more aggressively engaging the power of the atom for diverse peaceful development purposes. Our national collective development aspirations are captured in Jamaica Vision 2030, a long-term development plan seeking to turn Jamaica into a developed nation by 2030. The collective aspirations are particularly crystallized in the following strategic outcomes. Outcome 1, building a healthy and stable population. Outcome 8, creating an enabling business environment. Outcome 9, building a strong economic infrastructure. Outcome 11, building a technology-enabled society. And outcome 12, building internationally competitive industry structures. Aggressive engagement of atomic energy can contribute to the realization of these outcomes and propel Jamaica to developed country status sooner. For example, the strategy for achieving outcome 11 instructs us as follows, and I quote, Vision 2030, Jamaica will deepen the application of science and technology to benefit all aspects of national development and unleash the full creative potential of our people. Atomic energy is a perfect example of a science and technology which Jamaica has already widely engaged for development through many nuclear and radiation-based facilities in Jamaica. For example, examples include a research reactor, nuclear reactor at UWI, facilitating studies of the environment, linking them to health and nutrition. And we are happy to have Professor Charles Grant as the Director General who is joining us this morning, and to whom Jamaica owes a great deal of gratitude for the work that he has done in helping Jamaica entrench nuclear technology into its own development. We also, Charles, want to congratulate you on your recent elevation to a personal professorial chair in recognition of your achievements in atomic energy science, technology, and its applications. Nuclear medicine facilities are available in the public and private sectors, treating and diagnosing cancers and other ailments. We have various ionizing radiation-based medical equipment for diagnosis and treatment of cancer and dental diseases in public facilities. A gamma irradiation machine is on order and will help fight against disease-carrying mosquitoes and improve the international competitiveness of Jamaica's fresh fruits and produce. Nuclear industrial gauges in manufacturing and beverage industries are doing an excellent job. There are many more social and economic development opportunities that could benefit from the peaceful engagement of atomic energy. And it is anticipated that Jamaica must and will aggressively pursue these opportunities. Thus, with the promulgation of Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act of 2015 and the establishment of the HSRA and approval of HSRA Regulations 2019, Jamaica can confidently speed ahead with engaging nuclear science and technology in all strategies of national development and wealth creation. This is so because radiation facilities, though inherently dangerous, will be safely developed or adopted for use in Jamaica under the skillful, watchful eyes of a robust, independent regulatory environment that commands the confidence and respect of national and international communities. With the HSRA in operation, the public can rest assured that facilities using atomic energy will henceforth be operated by licensed institutions in a fair and equitable environment. They will be equipped by properly calibrated and fit-for-purpose equipment. They will be manned by well-trained, certified, and up-to-date technical staff, and trusted hosts to health tourists who are confident that Jamaica's atomic energy facilities meet international standards as agreed by the Global International Atomic Energy Commission. Jamaica Vision 2030 is not alone in the Caribbean. There is Vision 2020 and Vision 2030 in Trinidad and Tobago, Vision 2040 in the Bahamas, Horizon 2030 in Belize, National Resilience Development Strategies in 2030 in Dominica, and many other climate resilience and green economy initiatives around the Caribbean. A key strategy in all these long-term development plans is engaging and entrenching science, technology, and innovation in all aspects of national development. Aggressive engagement of atomic energy in peaceful national development strategies can yield major benefits. It is for this reason that at a side meeting of CARICOM delegates to an International Atomic Energy Agency meeting in 2018, a strategic cooperation framework was agreed. I must thank Dr. Luis Longoria and Mr. Saul Perez and other members of the IAEA Technical Cooperation Division for recognizing the value of CARICOM's strategic collaborative approach and supporting it. The leadership of the HSRA was evident at that meeting, and the HSRA is expected to help other CARICOM countries that have limited regulatory resources to benefit from engagement of atomic energy in health and other sectors. These desired outcomes are also reinforced by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, for example, goal number 3, good health and well-being, and goal number 9, industry and innovation. We are thus very pleased to be joined in this HSRA launch by colleagues from sister Caribbean countries who have joined us online. And finally, Minister, in late 2016, your predecessor, the Honorable Carl Samuda, trusted us with an institutional baby, the HSRA. Now, with great support from the IAEA and its national and international partners, we have succeeded in nourishing this baby very well. Today, it is a vibrant, energetic, and professional youth, or youth for international colleagues, that is ready and far on its way to effectively regulate Jamaica's atomic energy environment, help the ministry meet its consumer protection and investment facilitation mandates, contribute to realization of Vision 2030, and facilitate fellow nuclear regulators in CARICOM. Honorable Minister, this is a youth you will be proud to launch this morning. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to this HSRA launch, and let me thank you very much for your attention.
Let me thank Professor Kawa for his presentation and the fact that we have two former permanent secretaries inside there allow me not to feel so lonely. Certainly appreciate the presence, as was mentioned earlier, of Dr. Stanbury, who really coached me into becoming what I am now, where I am, along with Mr. Budan, who continues to provide service to the ministry through some consultancy and is very, very keen on ensuring that standards are maintained in all these facilities that have been established. And this is one such. Please give both of them a round of applause for me. At this point in time, I now invite Ms. Maxine Russell, and I'm certain that she will be very efficient with her time to give us an overview of the HSRA. Please make her welcome.
Honorable Audley Shaw, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Honorable Dr. Norman Dunn, State Minister in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Professor Isen Kumbakawa, Chairman of the Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority. Mr. Dermot Spence, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General and Chairman, Board of Management, Planning Institute of Jamaica. International guest, Mr. Raphael Grossi, Director General of the IAEA, Ms. Romina Velci, President of the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission, Christine Sevinicki, Chairman of the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, and Dr. Roger Coates, President of the International Radiation Protection Association. Valued stakeholders, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in the world. The Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority is Jamaica's competent authority for the regulation of the use of ionizing radiation and nuclear technology. We are a body responsible for the implementation of the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act of 2015 and its attendant regulations of 2019. The International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, has been instrumental in the development of the current legislative framework of which we boast. Prior to and since its inception, the HSRA has benefited tremendously from support through the IAEA's program of technical cooperation, which has facilitated HSRA's staff participation in a number of expert missions, training courses, workshops, and meetings. We have also benefited from the procurement of well-needed radiation monitoring equipment. This has resulted in increased capacity and competence within the authority in respect of its regulatory functions. Additionally, the HSRA has received support from the US NRC and the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission. As a new entity, the primary strategic objective of the HSRA is to build a robust regulatory framework which will promote the safe use of advanced nuclear technology for development in medicine, industry, agriculture, education, and research. Since September 2017, the HSRA has commenced establishing the required regulatory infrastructure and has identified the majority of the end users who will require regulatory oversight of radiation sources and ionizing radiation emitting equipment. 4 core regulatory functions propel the HSRA: authorization, inspection, enforcement, and research and quality assurance. These functions allow the authority to exercise effective regulatory control throughout the lifetime of a facility or for the duration of an activity. The outputs of our regulatory activities are monitored and controlled by our in-house Directorate of Research and Quality Assurance to ensure a high standard of quality, compliance with the legislative requirements, and efficient service delivery. Empowered by the Act, HSRA has begun to regulate through a system of authorization comprising the issuing of registrations, licenses, or exemptions. Activities undertaken by end users are categorized according to the level of associated risk. The authorization process facilitated by the Authorization and Training Unit requires the submission of a duly completed NSRA application form along with all supporting documents. Pre- and post-authorization inspection services are facilitated through our Inspection and Enforcement Unit to ensure compliance with the terms and conditions of authorizations issued and to take enforcement actions in the event of threatened or actual non-compliance. Data regarding occupational exposure across the industry is maintained and analyzed by our Research and Quality Assurance Unit for use in future strategic planning and development and for ensuring the health and safety of all radiation workers. A system of control for the export and import of radioactive materials and equipment has been established through cooperation with the Jamaica Customs Agency, whereby persons are now required to have a valid permit, HSRA permit, in order to import and export such commodities. Through collaborative partnership with relevant competent authorities, including the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, the National Environment and Planning Agency, the Port Authority of Jamaica, and the Jamaican Maritime Authority, transport of IMO Class 7 radioactive cargo are safely managed. Over 6 RD analyzers, full scan vehicle imaging systems, and baggage scanners. Also, dental and medical equipment used in diagnostic and therapeutic procedures to include conventional X-rays, linear accelerators, cobalt-60 teletherapy units, CT, mammography, fluoroscopy, veterinary X-ray units, as well as intraoral and portable dental units. As the authority seeks to achieve its mandate, the cooperation of its over 300 stakeholders is anticipated. End users who fall in the category which requires a license are invited to submit their application by January 31, 2021. End users requiring a registration are invited to submit their applications by May 31, 2021. The authority stands ready to assist and support our clients in their efforts to achieve compliance with the regulatory requirements of the NSRP Act and regulations. Finally, the authority wishes to thank the Bureau of Standards for providing office accommodations at its Winchester Road location and the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce for its continued support in the development of the HSRA. I leave you with these prophetic words as spoken by the Honorable Audley Shaw at a recently held Heads of Agency meeting. In every adversity, there is a seed of greater benefit. God bless you all.
If you don't sow that seed, you're not going to get anything. Right, Minister? Ladies and gentlemen, let me thank Ms. Russell for a very enlightening presentation. At this point in time, I'm going to ask Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General and Chairman, Board of Management, Planning Institute of Jamaica, our local liaison, to come forward and bring his greetings. Please make him welcome.
Program Chairman, Mr. Dorman Spence, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, the Honorable Audley Shaw, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Dr. the Honorable Norman Dunn, Minister of State in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, the Honorable Dr. Rafael Mariano Grossi, Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, and of course, Mr. Professor Kawa, Chairman of the HSRA and members of the Board of the HSRA, Mrs. Maxine Russell, Director General of the HSRA, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us. You'd have heard that President Trump in the US was speaking at a venue and a gunman approached him. And of course, the gunman pointed a gun and the Secret Service agent shouted, "Mickey Mouse." And the gunman froze and the Secret Service overpowered him, arrested him. But when they interviewed the agent in particular, they said, "Why would you shout Mickey Mouse with someone pointing a gun at the president?" The agent said, "Well, I panicked. I meant to say Donald Duck." I bring greetings from the Planning Institute of Jamaica, the PIOJ. It's with great pride and a sense of fulfillment that we join with the other well-wishers to congratulate you on the launch of the HSRA. The increased use of nuclear technology, as well as improvements in the safety of the technology, is consistent with the goals of Vision 2030 Jamaica National Development Plan. For example, Goal 3, Jamaican economy is prosperous, and Goal 4, Jamaica has a healthy natural environment. Coming out of the relationship established between Jamaica and the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, in 1965, there have been a number of achievements that provide critical support to Jamaica's national development. These have included the establishment of the National Liaison Office, the NLO, of the IAEA in the PIOJ, and the NLO is central to the operations of the IAEA in Jamaica. It has been instrumental in the conceptualization and establishment of the HSRA with regard to its conceptualization as well as to the establishment of the policy and legislative framework. The National Liaison Office has since collaborated with the HSRA to develop programs which provide assistance to strengthen their capacity to perform their monitoring and regulatory functions. This has involved supporting the organization's access to critical skills needed through extensive training and interactions with experts in the field of nuclear technology. The HSRA has significant value to the country as it provides a safeguard in the context of increasing use of nuclear technology. For example, food and agriculture, testing of water quality, cancer treatment, and other health-related issues such as obesity and malnutrition. The agency, according to the HSRA Constitution, has the authority to grant permission to persons before they can operate or possess an ionizing radiation apparatus unless those persons have been prescribed as being exempt from needing express permission. Also, according to the Constitution, importantly, the authority also is not to grant an authorization in respect of any activity or practice that involves the acquisition or development of nuclear explosives, radiological dispersal devices, or other non-peaceful uses of radioactive material or nuclear material, or assist any other person in such activity. So it's a tremendous role that the HSRA has. And so we extend our deep gratitude to the IAEA for their expertise and unfailing support over the years to Jamaica's national development. Once again, we congratulate you on the accomplishment of this milestone, and we wish the organization a long and productive life. The PIOJ pledges continued support to the HSRA towards achievement of its goals and objectives. We wish to continue this healthy partnership with you as we recognize your contribution as a key factor to help Jamaica in its transition to development status as we move to make Jamaica the place of choice to work, live, raise families, and do business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General, the Planning Institute of Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, to close off our segment of local greetings, I invite no other than the Honorable Dr. Norman Dunn, Minister of State in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, to bring us greetings. Please make Dr. Dunn, Minister, welcome.
The Honorable Audley Shaw, Minister of Investment, Industry, Commerce, Professor Ishenkumba Kawa, Chairman of HSRA, Mrs. Maxine Russell, Director General, Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General, Planning Institute of Jamaica, and local IAE liaison, Mr. Rafael Grossi, Director General, International Atomic Energy Agency, Ms. Christine Savinky, Chairman, U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, Mr. Roger Oates, President, the International Radiation Protection Association, HSR board members, former permanent secretaries. I see Mrs. Beseso here as well. Sorry, Dr. Beseso, or CTD, invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever you are. Now, I heard Dr. Henry made reference to an incident, but if persons are also following the campaign trail, there's a quote that was made recently by someone in the campaign that is very close to Jamaica. And the comment was, Jamaica is a big country on a small island. Anybody heard that comment? That was actually made by the vice president candidate for the Democrats, which, as you know, has her roots here in Jamaica. I was also intrigued by the prayer this morning, and there's a quote in the prayer that says, "Welcome into the safety of his harbor." And I found that very profound, because HSRA's role is regulating for safety. And it is one of the words that is very much not only a buzzword, but a way to live these days. This mask is for safety. Therefore, it is indeed a pleasure to join you this morning at the launch of this Hazardous Substance Regulatory Authority, HSRA. I must take the opportunity to commend the board, management, and staff the critical role you're playing in protecting the health and safety of our Jamaican people. Since being established in 2016 as the first national regulatory body in the English-speaking Caribbean, and you can see why we're a big country on a small island, in this area of work, you have committed yourself to enhancing Jamaica's infrastructure for radiation transport and waste safety. Ladies and gentlemen, as Jamaica accelerates its engagement with nuclear science, particularly in the field of human health, you have played a pivotal role in ensuring the effective implementation of the national objectives and projects and the safe application of nuclear technologies. We are quite aware of the dangers of hazardous waste and its improper disposal right here in Jamaica. Today, this has become a major problem due to the capability of contaminating the environment and its potential to be detrimental to health and safety. In order for Jamaica and the rest of the world to save itself from potentially life-threatening problems, we have to fix the cause and the causes which leads to improper disposal of hazardous waste and light materials. It is in this context that the role of the HSRA has been brought into greater focus. We have to protect our surface and groundwater. We have to protect our lives and the livelihood of our people. As a government, we are committed to putting in place a necessary legislative framework to strengthen the capacity of the HSRA. Once again, I must commend the HSRA and the staff for your continued commitment and safety, and indeed, to our country. I must end by saying I had the pleasure of visiting the office recently, and I know there are big plans for HSRA, and one of their main tasks or main problem is space. And I know they're quite eager to move from where they are so they can expand their role and to offer the service that we believe that you are capable of offering, not just to Jamaica, but the Caribbean as a whole. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister Dunn. Please give him another round of applause. Very pointed comments. I will now go to our overseas partners and well-wishers. And so in this order, I want to invite the Honorable Mr. Rafael Mariano Grossi, Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, to bring us greetings, and he will be followed by Ms. Romina Velshi, President of Canada Nuclear Safety Commission. Now, Mr. Grossi assumed office in December 2019. He is a diplomat with over 35 years of experience in the field of non-proliferation and disarmament. Ms. Velshi was appointed President and Chief Executive Officer of the CNSC in August 2018. Ms. Velshi has had a long association with the CNSC, having been a commission member from 2011 until her appointment as President and CEO. Ms. Velshi has extensive technical, regulatory, and adjudication expertise in the energy industry. And so in that order, I invite both of them to speak. Thank you very much, and please make them welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that introduction. It is indeed a great day for Jamaica and for all those working on the peaceful uses of nuclear energy around the world. In many of the presentations that we have been listening, great pleasure to, we've learned a lot. It was recalled how important all these activities are for your country and for the region. Of course, we all know that to be able to perform all of them, one of the indispensable elements that should always be there is the presence of a robust normative and regulatory structure that will make sure that everything is done in a way that is always beneficial to the public for whom we all work, nationally or internationally as well. And there will never be any negative consequences out of them. So I want to commend Jamaica this day for having taken all the necessary political, institutional, and legal steps leading to the establishment of the Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, the HSRA, and to be able to say today that you have the mature institutions that will allow you to play the role that corresponds to an important country like Jamaica. Jamaica has been working with the IAEA for a long time. It was being recalled just now that you joined the IAEA in 1965. And you have been working together with our colleagues from the Technical Cooperation Department. I just had the pleasure to see the local IAEA liaison official there for many years on a number of very important projects that are so crucial for the development of Jamaica. So I'm very glad to see that all these efforts have borne fruit, and that now the HSRI is fully operational. In fact, Jamaica is the first CARICOM country to establish an independent and fully operational regulatory body, and I think this is something that needs to be celebrated. You can be sure that the IAEA will be working with you, as it has been working for the last almost 30 years since you joined the agency in pursuit of all your basic projects, as we have done with the conversion of the Slowpoke research reactor, eliminating a source of high enriched uranium and adapting it to use with low enriched uranium, and at the same time increasing the capacity of the reactor. This is only one example, and there are many others where we have shown how we from the IAEA can work with your country in the pursuit of all its economical and developmental goals. We are living in a world which is uncertain. We are confronting the great challenge of a global pandemic, and the IAEA is very close to you as it is to the rest of its 172 member states in this fight. We have been providing Jamaica with equipment that allow the country to confront this successfully. We are also proposing new ways to confront this huge challenge through the Zoonotic Disease Integrated Action Program, ZODIAC, as well as many other projects that were mentioned today. But I think that the important element that brings us all together today, you in beautiful Jamaica and us here from the heart of Europe, is to once again celebrate Jamaica, celebrate this achievement, and congratulate you, because by establishing the HSRI, you are giving yourselves better tools to continue working using the peaceful uses of nuclear energy to have a better nation, to benefit your people. I encourage you to work with us, to continue working with your brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, in the Americas, and in the rest of the world for this common purpose. But today is a day of celebration, and I congratulate Jamaica on this historic achievement. Thank you very much.
Good day, everyone. I am very pleased and delighted to be here with you today in support of the launch of the Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority. HSRA plays a key role in ensuring the safety of the public and the environment, not only in Jamaica, but in the greater Caribbean community and globally as well. I would like to congratulate Professor Kawa and his team on the work they have accomplished in order to reach this significant milestone. A feat such as more remarkable the current situation associated with the global pandemic due to COVID-19. As you heard earlier, over the past few years, the CNSC has had the honor of working with the HSRA to share valuable regulatory framework information. We have worked together on matters related to the storage of radiation sources, inspections in the medical and industrial fields, as well as the safe transportation of radioactive material. In particular, the CNSC had the pleasure of hosting Professor Kawa in December 2018 to share best practices and lessons learned on the regulation of radiation sources. The CNSC was also pleased to host a representative from the HSRA in the spring of 2019 for a scientific visit on the conduct of regulatory inspection in the area of medical, industrial, research, and storage practices involving radiation sources. The CNSC was also pleased to this collaboration has been extremely beneficial to both of our countries. The CNSC has been following the nuclear regulatory developments in Jamaica with keen interest over the years. We know that an enormous amount of work has gone into developing your nuclear regulatory framework, and we commend you for your achievements. We welcome you to the global nuclear regulators family. This family has a tremendous history of working together, sharing and learning from one another. We look forward to having the opportunity to work with the HSRA again in the future and further strengthening our relationship. We wish you ongoing success. Congratulations, félicitations.
Let me take the opportunity to thank the Honorable Rafael Mariano Grassi, IAEA, and Ms. Romina Velshi of the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission. I now take the opportunity to introduce our two others joining us from overseas. The Honorable Ms. Christine Sivinicki, Chair of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission of the United States. She will bring us greetings, and she will be followed by Mr. Roger Coates, the President of the International Radiation Protection Association. Just before they come, just to say that Ms. Sivinicki is a commissioner for the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission. This is an independent agency created by Congress to regulate and monitor nuclear energy. Dr. Coates has had a distinguished career in radiological protection with experience across the entire field of operations environment, underpinning standards and science. He assumed the presidency of the IRPA in 2016 and was recognized by the Queen, who conferred an OBE on him for his services to nuclear safety and radiation. With that in mind, we'll take them in that order. Please make them welcome.
Good morning to my many esteemed colleagues, friends, and distinguished guests from the Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, the Government of Jamaica, and from around the world. I am Christine Sivinicki, the Chairman of the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission. I'm delighted to be with you today. It's fortunate that technology has provided us with the ability to come together remotely to participate in notable occasions, such as today's launch ceremony for the Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority. On behalf of the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission, I congratulate the HSRA for this formal recognition as Jamaica's Nuclear Regulatory Authority, a significant milestone to commemorate in any country's regulatory history. It's an honor to share this special occasion with you. I extend my gratitude to Chairman Kawa for inviting me to join you today. The agency I represent, the U.S. NRC, was created in 1974. While that may seem like a long time ago to a new regulator, there are still a few remaining staff from our agency's earliest days who, together with our newer employees, remain dedicated to the protection of public health and safety in the United States. Their institutional knowledge of regulatory activities has helped to guide our agency in carrying out its responsibilities. And while so much has changed in the world of nuclear regulation over the last 45 years, the need for independent, technically competent, adequately funded regulators remains as important today as it was in 1974. Through the HSRA's formal launch today, the government of Jamaica has taken an important step in recognizing the critical need for independent nuclear regulation and has advanced Jamaica's role as a leader in the Caribbean region. The HSRA has a great deal to be proud of in reaching today's milestone. I'm honored to say that the U.S. NRC has served as a friend and partner along the way. Our two organizations have a productive history of collaboration over the past decade. It has been our privilege to share our experiences with HSRA as your agency developed its expertise following the promulgation of the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act of 2015 and subsequent regulations in 2019. The U.S. NRC has participated in IAEA missions in the early days of the development of nuclear safety regulations and best practices. We've assisted with regulatory oversight of the conversion of the Slowpoke reactor at the University of the West Indies in support of non-proliferation efforts. And more recently, we've provided staff training and development. These engagements are representative of our organization's mutual commitment to health and safety practices. I look forward to continued partnership between our agencies and our nations in the coming years. Once again, sincere congratulations on today's launch ceremony and this significant, great achievement. Thank you.
Prime Minister, Minister, HSRA Chairman and colleagues. On behalf of IRPA, I'm very pleased to welcome the formation and launch of the Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA, the nuclear and radiation regulator for Jamaica. My organisation, the International Radiation Protection Association, IRPA, represents the views and perspectives of radiation protection professionals across the world in all fields of protection, including industry, medical practice and healthcare, regulatory and government agencies, and research scientists. As practitioners, we very much welcome, support, and appreciate strong, effective, and proportionate regulation and the need for an authoritative regulatory body. The formation of HSRA is clearly in the best interests of Jamaican society, and the radiation protection profession also recognises the value that you will bring to securing effective radiation protection and supporting public confidence in radiation safety. Yours is a vital endeavour in the public interest. We encourage the HSRA as it continues to develop its regulatory processes and procedures to liaise closely with the practitioner community in Jamaica. Whilst we all recognise your fundamental requirement for independence, worldwide experience has shown time and time again that taking account of the practitioner experience of those who have to do it at the front end ultimately leads to more effective and productive regulation. We hope that this formation of the Jamaican regulatory body will help to provide a focus for the radiation protection community as a whole to work together in the public interest and to embed true professional standards across the country. In due course, I also hope that this experience can be shared across the wider Caribbean countries with leadership and guidance from the Jamaican experience in order to build a wider and stronger community of practice across the whole region. So, on behalf of IRPA, I very much welcome the formation of the HSRA, and I'm delighted to be present, if virtually, at this launch. Thank you and best wishes for your success.
Let me thank on our behalf both the Honorable Miss Siviniki and Dr. Coates for their greetings and well wishes. At this point in time, I would like to invite somebody who wishes to express their experience in working with and share what those results have been with the HSRA. And at this point in time, therefore, to present a testimonial, I call on Ms. Keship Bowen, Corporate Industrial Hygienist / Radiation Safety Officer from the West Indies Alumina Company. Please make her welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is Keship Bowen and I am the Corporate Industrial Hygienist as well as the Radiation Safety Officer for UC Roussel, Jamaica. I'm going to share with you this morning my experience working with the HSRA as their first licensee. The process started in January 2020, and from the beginning, the HSRA team provided us with constant support. They came to the facility to conduct awareness training so that we would fully understand the process that was about to happen. The inspectors visited also to conduct their assessment, and that process also went smoothly. We have been able to maintain a good rapport with the team, and they have been helpful in answering all the questions that have arisen during the licensing process. The passing of the NSRP Act is a step in the right direction for Jamaica. The use of radiation sources is something that has been heavily regulated over time due to the various disasters that have occurred around the world, causing devastating environmental effects and human suffering. In closing, I'd like to thank the HSRA for their continued support, and I wish them the very best in the future in working with them as well. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we wind down to the closure of this launch, we now invite Dr. Beverly Wright, board member of the Hazardous Substance Regulatory Authority, to introduce our keynote speaker.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good day. Please accept my own warm greetings and allow me to adopt the protocol already observed, without which it will be impossible to fully introduce our keynote speaker in the allocated time. Honorable Minister Shaw was born in Manchester, where he attended primary and secondary school. He received his undergraduate and postgraduate training in journalism, marketing, finance, and public relations at the Northern Illinois University, NIU, USA. He was appointed to the Senate in 1989 and was elected as a Member of Parliament in 1993 by his constituents in northeast Manchester, where he has not been unseated for 7 consecutive parliamentary terms. During this period, he has served as General Secretary and Deputy Leader of his party, and was appointed Minister of Finance and the Public Service on 2 occasions. This man of the yard is also the man abroad, who has been recognized locally and abroad for his service in both the public and private sector and as a legislator. He has received the Donald R. Grubb NIU Distinguished Alumni Award and Jamaica's National Award of the Commander of the Order of Distinction in the field of public service. In 2017, Mr. Shaw was given the prestigious award of Regional Finance Minister of the Year for the Caribbean by Global Markets, the official newspaper of record at the IMF, World Bank, and other top financial institutions. In the same year, he also received the prestigious award of Man of the Year for 2017 by the Jamaica Observer newspaper. In March 2018, Mr. Shaw was appointed Minister of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture, and Fisheries. Please join me in welcoming the man of the hour, our own Minister of Industry, Investment, and Commerce, the honorable Minister Audley Fitz-Albert Shaw. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Wright, for that very kind introduction. Mr. Chairman, Minister Norman Dunn, Professor Kawa, and let me shorten my acknowledgements because my voice has been compromised by surgery. And just to say, distinguished partners from home and abroad. And perhaps, not to be mischievous or anything, you will still allow me to single out Dr. Wayne Henry, only because I am a bit worried about his visa status. Well, but we wish him the best. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to be a part of the launch of the Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, HSRA. And I echo the sentiments of the presenters before me that our country will benefit and has been benefiting tremendously from the works of the HSRA. The government of Jamaica had the forethought to establish the entity in 2016, and in 2019 we approved the regulations to allow the authority to carry out its mandate. As minister, the ministry under which HSRA falls, Industry, Investment, and Commerce, I'm pleased to note that the HSRA is well-resourced and positioned to assist with the management and use of ionizing radiation and nuclear technology locally. Indeed, This technology has tremendous benefits for many aspects of our lives and the environment. In agriculture, for instance, radiation has been used to create better varieties of animals and plants and to provide effective sterilization of agro-produce. The effective elimination or management of disease-carrying pests using nuclear technologies also enhances food security and safety while promoting greater profitability for farming and agribusiness. We are able to reduce waste and penetrate new markets by meeting and exceeding the requirements of our trading partners in the areas of safety and produce quality. This is key if Jamaica is to improve its global competitiveness. Jamaica must be positioned to utilize the best and latest technology in safe and globally accepted ways if we are serious about increasing our production and efficiency. The work of the HSRA will undoubtedly, therefore, allow us to leverage nuclear technology much more adequately in this regard. Already, we have seen the benefits of this technology. Under the mango irradiation program that saw Jamaican mangoes exported to the United States last year for the first time in 20 years. And I'm pleased to say I was the Minister of Agriculture when we did that. The United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, gave clearance for Jamaica to export mangoes to that country in 2014. But in order to do this, we were required to meet the standards set by the USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service. By utilizing the process of irradiation, we were able to work with our farmers to once again get our mangoes into the US market and tap the surface of the demand. Ladies and gentlemen, there is palpable demand for our mangoes in many markets. The flavor profile of our mangoes is second to none. And even though we have been exporting mangoes to diaspora markets in the United Kingdom and Canada, to contextualize this demand, it is estimated that some 1.6 million Jamaicans reside in the United States, mainly New York, New Jersey, and Miami. In addition, there are another 1.2 million Jamaicans from the Caribbean diaspora. Imagine the heights to which we can go through the use of this technology. And I can tell you, when the mangoes hit the market in the United States, all of the other mangoes from Mexico, Dominican Republic, they had to go into hiding because of the unique quality of our Jamaican mangoes. Nuclear technology is also therefore used in the process of water resources development and distribution to track water movements in soils, among other things. The exploitation of ionizing radiation and nuclear technology in the fields of health and medicine is a key component of the best and most effective cancer diagnostic and treatment tools, and Jamaica has a long history of utilizing this technology in this regard. For example, the lives of many Jamaicans have been saved by the use of popular cancer-fighting machines that utilize highly energetic gamma radiation from cobalt-60 sources located at Kingston Public and Cornwall Regional Hospitals. I'm also told that the University Hospital of the West Indies is in the process of installing a state-of-the-art nuclear medicine facility. And as we know, several private sector health services providers have also invested in powerful medical equipment which utilize X-ray radiation, for example, CAT scanners and advanced nuclear medicine techniques for diagnosis and treatment of diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, the benefits of the use of this form of technology are many, but there is also the need to regulate and manage its use carefully. I want to therefore thank our partners represented here that have been working with us to create the platform for regulation and management of the technology. I want also to task the board of directors and staff of HSRA to diligently carry out its mandate. Having now fully established the framework and regulations to guide the discharge of the duties of the HSRA, the task is now yours to ensure Jamaica and Jamaicans remain safe while we leverage the benefits of ionizing radiation and nuclear technology. In closing, I note my confidence that Jamaica can forge ahead with engaging nuclear science and technology in all aspects of national development and wealth creation strategies, knowing that our use of radiation, though inherently dangerous, will be safely developed under the watchful eyes of a robust and independent regulatory environment that commands the confidence and respect of the national and international community. I therefore take great pleasure in formally launching this morning, the Hazardous Substance Regulatory Authority. Thank you very much.
Please give the Minister, Honorable Audley Shaw, 7-star General Manayard, longest serving minister for Manchester. Is Northeast? I don't get it, you know. Thank you very much, Minister. It's an absolute pleasure to have you present this morning, and we recognize your effort and support for the HRSA. At this point in time, as we wind down to close, there are some presentation of tokens, small appreciation for some persons here. And so I now invite Ms. Yannick Dunn to come and do that. After that is done, then we'll be calling on Ms. Natty to really say the vote of thanks. And then the vote of thanks will be followed by the national anthem, which represents the closing of this morning's activity. So for presentation of small tokens, Ms. Yannick Dunn, please come forward and do your presentations.
Honorable Minister Shaw, on behalf of the Board and Management of the Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, we wish to extend our greatest appreciation for your time that you have spent with us today, but also for the support that you have given to our authority during its existence.
Thank you.
And so we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Dr. Norman Dunn, we would also like to thank you on behalf of the board and management of the HSRA for your time that you have shared with us this morning, as well as the fact that you are the one that actually gave us the impetus, the nudge towards having the launch this month. And we really appreciate you. And we just want to share our kind regards for you through this token of our appreciation. And our dear Dermot Spence, our PS. Yes, and Mr. Spence, he's always with us in the trenches and in the valley and on the mountain. And I'm glad that he's sharing this mountain experience with us this morning. And we just want to express our appreciation for his support for the HSRA. Thank you very much.
Ms. Colleen Natty, could you please come forward and do the vote of thanks?
The Honorable Audie Shaw, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Honorable Dr. Norman Dunn, State Minister, Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Professor Ishen Kumbakawa, Chairman, Hazardous Substances Regulatory Authority, Mr. Dermot Spence, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General and Chairman, Board of Management, Planning Institute of Jamaica, our most valued guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is both an honor and a privilege to be asked to extend a vote of thanks on this monumental occasion. This day will be remembered as a milestone in the history of Jamaica, as we have successfully established the first independent national regulatory body for Jamaica in the field of radiation protection and safety in the English-speaking Caribbean. By virtue of this act alone, Jamaica has secured its place as a pioneer in the field of radiation protection and safety in our region. On behalf of the HSRA management and staff, specially invited guests, and myself, I extend to you, our keynote speaker, the Honorable Audie Shaw, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, our sincere thanks and appreciation for your attendance at this event. Our thanks simply cannot be overstated in light of the fact that in spite of your very busy schedule, you have graced us with your presence, and for that we are appreciative. We're extremely grateful to the Honorable Dr. Norman Dunn, State Minister, Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, for his gracious presence and contribution to this function. The very presence of both the Minister and State Minister at this event is a reflection of Jamaica's commitment to strengthening our national regulatory infrastructure for radiation protection and safety. We are also most thankful to Mr. Dermot Spence, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, for taking the time to not only chair this event, but for his prudent direction and unwavering support that he has provided to the HSRA. I would also like to take this opportunity to express our sincere thanks and appreciation to Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General and Chairman, Board of Management, Planning Institute of Jamaica, for the support and valuable guidance that his organization has provided to all of us at the HSRA. Our most sincere thanks is also extended to all of our international partners who throughout the years has provided Jamaica with invaluable support and technical guidance, which has enabled us to reach this milestone in our history. It is this guidance and close partnership that has facilitated our development, culminating in the launch of the first independent national regulatory body for radiation protection and safety in the English-speaking Caribbean. Special thanks to the Honorable Mr. Rafael Mariano Grossi, Director General, International Atomic Energy Agency, Ms. Romina Velci, President, Canada Nuclear Safety Commission, the Honorable Ms. Christine Stivinki, Chairman, United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission, and Dr. Roger Coates, OBE, President, International Radiation Protection Association, whose invaluable contribution to this event has sincerely enriched not just our program, but also our audience. I would also like to thank and congratulate the West Indies Alumina Company for being HSRA's first licensee. The enthusiasm, dedication, and cooperation that was exhibited by this organization and their radiation safety officers, Mr. Ramon Hutchinson and Ms. Cachet Bowen, to be under regulatory control was rather exemplary, and we look forward to continuing this rapport. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for all of our distinguished guests present here today, as well as our valued stakeholders for their continued contribution and cooperation. I wish to also express our sincere thanks to the media for providing excellent coverage for the program. And just to say, an event of this magnitude cannot happen overnight. It required meticulous planning and execution and an eye for detail. In recognition of their tireless devotion, I wish to express gratitude to the HSRA Event Planning Committee, especially our board chairman, Professor Kawa, and our Director General, Mrs. Maxine Russell, and of course, our very own dynamic inspector, Ms. Yannick Dunn, who spearheaded the entire planning and execution. I must also mention our heartfelt thanks to all the HSRA officers, the communications and public relations team from both the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce and the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Phase 3 productions team, and the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, not only for their logistic support in the endeavor, but for their dedication and willingness to go above and beyond the call of duty, thereby ensuring that this event was a resounding success. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Well, with such an eloquent presentation of thanks, I must thank Ms. Colleen Natty for thanking everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, let's stand for the national anthem as we close.